Hey, I thought I would share more of the girls' story. I'm sitting by their stuff. Since not many of you know the girls' story here on Instagram, I've shared more of it on Facebook, and now my dog is joining me. And I wanted to share it here so you can get to know me and maybe be inspired by their story, because it always inspires me every time I think about it. So I'll take you back to the beginning of pregnancy. At 9 weeks, we only had one baby on the ultrasound. They must have been on top of each other or something. So they discovered that we were having twins at 18 weeks. And then by 24 weeks, they found twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, which happens with identical twins. Basically, the blood vessels in the placenta start flowing just one way from one twin to the other. So one twin is the donor twin and depleted of the nutrients and amniotic fluid it needs to develop. And the other twin becomes kind of overloaded with all the extra fluid. So it really became a day-to-day situation on that. Oh, that's also when they found Allie's heart defects, also at 24 weeks. So it became a day-to-day balance of keeping them in as long as possible for their development, but making sure that Allie was okay with her heart and that the twin-to-twin didn't become fatal for them. And then I developed preeclampsia on top of it, so then there was my health to take into consideration. So they were delivered at 29 weeks and 1 day. They weighed Lucy, the bigger one, was 2 pounds 10 ounces, and Alita, we call her Allie, was born at 1 pound 8 ounces. So Lucy was in the NICU for 54 days, and Allie was in for 101 days. She was not big enough to have any heart procedures during that time. She did have eye surgery and a brain bleed in the NICU. So we came home for 2 weeks, and then we were living in Wisconsin at that time, so we headed down to Milwaukee for Allie's first heart surgery. It was supposed to be 7 to 10 days, and we ended up in Milwaukee for 45 days. She had multiple heart surgeries. She ended up with a G-tube because a lot of heart kiddos end up with oral aversions for whatever reason and won't eat by mouth. So she had a G-tube placed directly to her stomach. She has a permanent pacemaker. She was on oxygen for over a year. It was not the quick and easy procedure. Not that any heart surgery on a baby is easy, but we just thought it'd be kind of a one and done and we would get to move on, but it didn't quite turn out like that. So the first year was really hard. It was like a hospital in our house. Allie was puking all the time. We had like 14 medications a day. Lucy didn't get much attention because we were trying to keep Allie alive and safe and well. But they grew out of it in a sense. We did have a situation. So they were born in 2013. They're almost 6 now. In 2015, a couple of the leads on Allie's pacemaker failed, so they had to do a full sternotomy to replace her pacemaker. So that was a bit of a bummer. And then she had her original heart defects were a VSD, and then once they closed that, she was hypoplastic right heart syndrome. But her right ventricle started growing eventually, which was amazing. And she also had an ASD, which we had that closed via a cath procedure in summer of 2017. So overall, she is doing amazing, all things considered. They were both in kindergarten this year, and they're both just happy, active girls. And with Allie, we actually worry now more about her falling off of some playground equipment because she is a daredevil and has no fear. So we're more worried about her breaking a bone than her heart at this point. So that's just a little bit about their story. So if there's any families out there with twins or with medical conditions, I'm sending you so much prayer and strength to get through that hard time, and know that that story will inspire other moms and families and dads and let them know that they're not alone. So hang in there.